And it looks like I'm now at the refugee
Move
camp.
along, stranger. We don't want any trouble. I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along. Answers, huh? You must be one of those philosophicals. Already got ourselves one of those. A geo what? Look, plants ain't my purview. You're better off asking after Adelaide. If you're gonna start wandering around my camp, know that I got my sights on you.
Alright, no problem.
Over in the hothouse, tending crop. Enough with the questions. No offense, but I've got a lot on my mind. Well, look at you, buzzing around the aether with your very own ship. Rest of us gotta make do with the ground at our feet. No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging, but that ain't exactly her talent. Can't imagine where she's gone. Vale's a wide place. She could be anywhere.
I'll find her.
Appreciate it. Honest. I'll tell you what I can.
Any idea?
Vex me. If she told anybody, they ain't telling me. I'd check her room, but I got yelled at for snooping once already. Little ways ago. She was always obsessing over her serial dramas. Wanted to see what the fuss was about. Well, enough to know we never got on. Zoe and Stefan were close. If anybody knows the workings of her mind, he does.
Okay, let's talk to him.
What is it?
Alright, I'll just let the conversation. Cool, alright, bet.
Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
Really? Do you want to talk about it? Well, wait, Thomas?
Oh, didn't see you there. I was just occupying myself with a little engineering. Whoa, Miss Parvati. Hey, you're, what, how are you? Hi.
Wow.
Whoa.
He's really,
Are
stunned.
you, are things safe out here? How are you keeping?
Great, just great. I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Only I'm not so... Wait, they didn't kick you out, did they?
Oh gosh, no, I'm just along with this fella here.
Are you from town? I mean, you don't exactly look like you're from
Yeah,
town.
no, I'm not. I'm just passing through.
Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing at me, you see. Fact is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody here. Camp thinks I'm a mechanical genius, but I couldn't fix a busted chair.
No, too late to start learning. Hey, yeah.
I'll take all the help I can get. I set my mind to learning the craft of the engineer, you see. I want to make something of myself. You ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering? Comes in a set of 3. If I had my hands on one of those data pads, I could teach myself the ins and outs.
Those are good. My dad kept a copy with him when he was working in the cannery.
I know the old community center kept a copy. Should find another one back in town. If you could find me even one of those pads, I'd be greatly obliged. I wish I knew. I wagered the town had the full set once upon a time. Where the third's gone, I can't say.
Okay.
Would you? I'd be grateful. What's on your mind?
Never mind.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear? I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb. grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout.
Oh, that's cool.
Donna
She knows her.
speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned. Reed Thompson, you here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
Oh, you're living off power that belongs to the town. Come back to that's about it. Reed asks you to consider to make amends. I wasn't really listening. That's funny, but
Make
no.
amends? Spare me. Only thing Reed knows how to make is a mess. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves. He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans?
I was just trying to talk.
Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
Yep, that's my route. I love the fact that she said that too. I mean, I was gonna do that regardless, but the fact that she was like, "That's what a hero." You're about to recognize me as a hero. I'll consider it. What have you got against the town? I'm not looking to get mixed up in your problems. I just want to fix my ship. A hero to you, maybe. No. What do you?
You've seen that miserable excuse for a town with your own lamps. Hollowed out workers laboring their lives away at the cannery, living off whatever scrap Spacer's choice throws them. You know that's true, don't you, Ms. Holcomb? Your father died of overwork.
Aww.
His heart gave out.
He was tired all the time, sure, but he was old, ma'am, and he raised me all by his lonesome.
Look what they did to this child. Lost her family to the company, and still she defends them.
Yeah, you have it right. You have a point. You made your point clear enough. I'll see what I can do. I was like, I don't much like though that in her facing you on your side, Jimmy on your side. What do you have against people trying to make a living? Let's say I help you. What happens to Edgewater?
Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives.
That's what I figured too.
You bring power to Reed's town and you'll be killing us. Reed knows it. He's counting on it.
Alright, I'll consider
I
it.
trust you will listen to your conscience.
Cool. Alright, great. Hold on. Actually, no. I want to go. I kind of want to talk to her more then.
Anything else I can do for you? I am getting old, you know. These two lamps of mine are not as bright as they once were. Or I might have seen you for what you are. Remains to be seen. Might be the man that saves the veil. Might be Reed's personal gun hand. People around here lack the strength to effect change. Or they have the strength, but not the will. You seem to have both.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I like the way she said that. Why are you telling me all this? I just made starting stuff.
A little prattling never hurt anyone, dear. You might even catch a little sense, if you listen close enough.
No.
I can't stop you from conducting your business down at the plant.
I love older
I just
women.
want you to know that if you take our power away, you will have brought an end to our way of life.
The grandmotherly types are always like, I don't know, they warm my heart.
If you think Reed does anything in good faith, then you are asking to be lied to.
Well, why don't you tell me why? Yeah, there you go, the history.
That's because Reed was my boss. I was the cannery's one and only flavor specialist, you see. Remember that limited run of white chocolate saltuna? That was all me.
Oh, that's cool.
My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick.
Aw.
We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him.
Wow.
So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left.
That's wild.
That's as much of the story as you need to hear.
I don't blame you, yeah.
A fish rots from the head down. I do not blame the town. I blame the leader.
Okay. Interesting. Now I want to talk to Reed about it. Alright. So, seems like after a long walk, killing some enemies, and talking to a few different people, I'm finally here, ready to make the decision on where to convert the power to, whether it be Edgewater or the other place. I have to like redirect it manually or whatever. Alright, cool.
3 switches. That'll be easy enough.
That sounds creepy as hell, not gonna lie. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my gosh. Oh, cool. Here we go, moment of truth.
Once we do this, there's no going back. Hey, mister? Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do?
I wouldn't mind.
Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but I don't really stand by the plague thing, and you gotta pay for your freaking grave burial. They strong arm your family otherwise, and the fact that they're really forcing refugees. I see your point. I think I'm ready to make my decision. Reed tells me Edgewater is going to die without workers and power. There's our community. I can't just destroy what they built.
Miss McDevitt's built something beautiful. Somehow she's talked the ground into giving life again. It's plain to see she's made the Vale a better place. Fed the hungry, tended the sick. Gave a home to those that had none. But Miss McDevitt delights in Edgewater's suffering. She wants to hurt the town. Do you really want to be party to that kind of hatred?
But what do you call it?
Well, that sure sounds like Mr. Thompson. If he was standing here, I imagine he'd remind us of how we're all one big, happy Spacer's Choice family. In Mr. Thompson's eyes, those deserters are still part of the Spacer's Choice family. The family must work together in order to survive. I hate to say it, but I think Mr. Thompson's got a point. Unless those deserters come back, Edgewater's as good as dead. Cutting off their power might be the only way. Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something.
I'm glad you did. I like hearing from you. Don't worry about it. I was better to listen to you. That's savage. Let's keep going. Nah, don't worry about it.
Really? I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order.
No problem. Alright, so time to mess up Edgewater real quick. Redirect power to Edgewater? Ha 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 ha. Would have thought. Redirect power to the lab. Yeah. There you go. Made my decision. I'm happy with it. Fuck Edgewater.
You hear that? That low, pleasant hum of electricity? It whispers across the Vale like the winds of change. You've done well. I would have paid my last 5 bits to see the look on Reed's face when the last lamp in town burnt out and the cannery fell to silence.
Oof. I'm not gonna say that. I'm just gonna say what happens now.
Time's come to look toward the future. We'll grow, I expect. A lot of workers out there with nowhere else to go. I don't look forward to turning folk away. Camp's gotta stay pure, though. Can't have corporate loyalists mixing with us, no matter how desperate they may be. I am curious. Why did you help us? You don't know who we are. You don't owe us a thing. The plant's crawling with mechanicals, so it stands to reason you risked your life.
Between your camp and Reed's cannery, yours is a better way of life. I don't like the idea of being Reed's lackey. I didn't do this for you. I'm trying to repair a ship. It's kind of, I don't like the idea of being his lackey, but actually between the two of yours, I like her
You're not
better.
quite like anyone else I've met. You haven't had your consciousness programmed by the board. You're welcome among us if you're ever so inclined.
Cool. Does she have anything to say? Parvati?
I can't stop thinking on Edgewater, Captain. I'm glad the deserters are gonna be alright now they got power, but what about the town? All those people.
Alright, well, let's find out about Edgewater. And fast travel there right now. I hope they don't, like, shoot me on sight. I'll be tight if they do. Is it the factory? Oh, sweat. The factory, like, done? Ooh,
You
he
want
looks
to know
good.
what gets my bile churning? Edgewater has suffered a cavalcade of disasters. Plague, marauders, desertion. Then you wandered in town. And I was so damn sure our luck was starting to turn. I never knew how right I was. Just answer one question for me. Why'd you do it?
It's not personal. I need your power regulator. I don't owe you explanation. To teach you a lesson. It's not really. I don't want to say it was to teach him a lesson. I don't. Not gonna say I owe you an explanation. It honestly is nothing personal.
That power regulator is company property.
Too bad.
Whatever you were hoping to find down here, I advise you to turn around and leave. I have got guards posted with orders to fire on you.
I'm sorry about all this, Reed. What's going to happen to it? Nah, I'll intimidate you.
All right, easy now. Let's not do anything we'll regret. I'll order my guards to stand down. Take what you came for and then leave us be.
No problem. Smart man.
Stand down, all of you. We're done here.
Great. Pick up power again. Let's get it. And now I can return to the ship. Okay, I think I'll end the video here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Till the next time, I'll see you later. Back at Wyatt the Wise.